Hello, my good students. Got a somewhat of a bonus video for you today. I know, Sunday video, very strange indeed, quite out of schedule. No rest on Sundays for me, I'm afraid. But that's because yesterday's video I felt was just a little too short, didn't really get enough done for me. And going back through it just felt almost like a little too low effort for me, even by my standards, of course. So yeah, just a little something today. We'll see what we can get done. Take this normal format of these videos. We'll just see what we can get done, really. Just didn't feel entirely pleased with yesterday's video. So that's about it from me. Let's see what we can do today. So, usual source of formula here. First things first, we can see so many submarines. It's night time though, isn't it? So we can't do anything about it. Look at that. That is really unfortunate. Let's make sure we are retreating with our supplies then. Make sure we've got some sort of move orders going on. Just going to pull back the Wasp a tad. Missouri over here can pull back a tad as well. We're attracting a lot of airplanes from the north over here, and that's mostly because we're sending out scouts. But having said that, we have lost basically all of our scouts from this to the zeros and such from these bases. So we are actually going to use our newly built level 3 ports over here to replenish those very quickly, as well as some depth charges that were previously used as well. This means over here that our Shangri-La and our New Mexico are actually in a spot of danger over here. Just going to move this out of the straits just a tad. New Mexico, I think, can be fine. It does have a lot of destroyer escort there. Should be alright to deal with this and this if they do come along. The Essex just probably want to get 1 or 2 more destroyers in there to help out for ASW purposes. Having seen this, had no idea they were so close. This could possibly be a 3-ship group as well. Never know. But since it is just night time, there's not a lot we can do at the moment, so we're going to skip ahead to the morning. Okay, so immediately we can see some possible threats coming. This is just a usual small scouting force. We'd probably have a go at this actually because, you know, might as well just get rid of it for the sake of it. What we're going to do is send out all 8 lightnings here, and we're going to send those out with big bombs straight over there, and we're going to deal with these cargo ships over here. We're going to send out 4 lightnings for one group, like so, and we'll send out some more in just a second for the rear group once we're able to over there. It does say carrier, I know, but it is right at the beginning of the day. We don't have any solid scouting over there. It does say possibly 2 ships. I highly doubt it's actually a CV. I think it is probably just an oiler of some sort of cargo ship there. So not a bother there. Let's make sure we're sending out some scouts from this group because we do have them available. We do of course have the Sunderlands going out, but of course the more scouts the merrier, of course. Just send them out in a somewhat wild position there. We're going to send out, I think, a circular group as well. A 360-degree scout like that, just for close range purposes. That's absolutely fine. We're going to send out some more close range as well. Let's send one out to our rear just in case, like so. And we'll send out just 1 or 2 more, I think. Send one from Philadelphia here. Let's go with nothing on there. Send you out just a scout like so. That would do for those. We do of course have the Sunderlands as well. See how that works really. Yeah, I think that'll do for the opening moves really. There's not a lot going on. We do have the usual scouts coming out, so let's try and go for these threats over here. Let's see if Port Moresby's ready. Do have 0.1 hours to wait, not a bother there. Let's send these lightnings in a tad closer since this is a somewhat fast group over here. And we will send just 4 lightnings out once again for the second group over here. Probably not entirely needed if they both turn up on the map, but that's absolutely fine. We could just strafe them all down if they are cargo ships. Let's go in for this first group though. Yeah, and we can see that they are actually some destroyers. It's actually got some Akizuki here, which is rather nasty stuff, and the usual tiny patrol boats over here. So we are going to just focus the Akizuki for now. Don't necessarily need to take out the whole group here. Really just a threat to cargo ships at the moment, which is not bad at all. So let's go straight down. Actually can go even to 20 meters there, just because the ship is so small. No chance of crashing into that, and 20 meters would be ideal. Should probably have brought rockets rather than bombs, knowing now that they're destroyers, but I was anticipating that they were, or there was some sort of cruiser here. I was hoping to hit that, but that's not a problem. We haven't actually targeted that. That's interesting. Let's go for that. We are all attacking number 2. Excellent. And this group can do the same. Let's break and attack there. Cool. I just need a few hits here. 3 or 4 would be absolutely great. And between 8 lightnings, I'm sure that's going to be possible. Akizuki, of course, rather nasty because of its AA. There you go. Already downing a lightning there. And we did actually get 4 hits. Excellent stuff. We lost a lightning. No worries. It is from a base rather than a carrier, and we'll see how that goes. Looks like we've yeah, this rear turret is out of action. Looks like these front 2 are as well, actually, which is brilliant stuff for us. Really shuts down their AA there. Critical to heavy damage might have to come in for a strafing run there. That's not a problem. We can certainly do that. Might want to do that on the other ships as well, just for the fun of it. Come down. Actually, we'll increase their speed so they come down a tad quicker. Yeah, I think we'll get 1 strafe on there just to finish the job. It doesn't need to be the slowest speed either if we're just going to finish that off, because the fires are roaring. I don't know if a strafe will really help out here, but we just need to make sure that it is permanently damaged. Fires on there, look at that. There you go. Yes, see, no, we got 1 extra explosion. That just proves it was worth it. And there you go, instantly down. And we haven't, don't want to jinx it, didn't lose any lightnings on that particular run, did we? So let's turn around, and what we can do is decide which destroyer I want to focus now. I'm thinking the number 1, the rear over here, would be brilliant. So let's turn around into that. I'm actually going to slow right down now so that we can get the tighter turn. There you go. We'll just try and go for its bow there. That's going to be a tad difficult because it is turning a tad. That's okay. Just increase the speed there a tad, and I think we'll be okay to attack from here. That'll do. That will do. We are smoking on a lot of our lightnings though, which is rather a shame. I'm expecting to lose 1 or 2 more perhaps, just because we're going to be in the small arms for quite some time. And that was actually not too bad a strafe from that angle, if I may say so. Let's take a report. I'm sure it's not too high. Yeah, heavy to minor. It's not going to go down just from that by any means. That's not too bad. We can once again just turn around, reduce our speed again. Looks like, no, they're not quite colliding. The fires are starting to get worse though, which is excellent news for us. Not so much them, of course. I'm sure it's hot enough in the Pacific. Having said that, being October. Well, let's carry on forwards. And we'll try and get from the rear there. Should probably increase our speed a tad to help out with that. Yeah, there we go. Reduce this again and just attack from here, I think. Okay, so after just that one more strafe, that particular destroyer was scuttled. We didn't go for the third destroyer simply because we did lose a couple more lightnings in that strafe, and I just want to preserve them, to be honest. No need to lose all of them to that. That's absolutely fine. It is only the most minor of threats. I'm sure they will be going straight back home. So let's try and deal with these two ships over here. What do we have? What do we have? We do see some planes coming out of Lie. That's not a problem. This one is absolutely retreating. Let's go straight on top of that and go to tactical. What do we have? What do we have? Can't quite see just yet. There it is, right beneath us. What exactly do we have? Just a Kamigo Yamato over there. Excellent stuff. Let's turn round so we can dive down for that. Go very, very low indeed. That should not be a problem there. Excellent. Manually doing that just a little too much there. A little too quick. There we go, we can break an attack here again. And this has been the majority of the action in the past couple episodes, I'm afraid, which is why I have skipped over quite a lot of it. It's just not the most interesting thing to watch all the time, I'm afraid. But I do need to illustrate that fact sometimes. And that should be going down very easily there. I did take a magazine explosion. There we go, absolutely down. Let's return to base with this group then. And see if this is indeed some misinformation about that carrier. Let's go straight on over to that. It is going straight towards Buna over here. So I do assume it is just one or two cargo ships. Let's go straight in again. And indeed it is just an oiler we can see over here. So we're going to go straight down once again. Actually come from its side over here. And start thinking about that. There we go. That should do it. And yep, break and attack. Absolutely brilliant there. So the misinformation at the start of the day, absolutely not a problem. It would have said if it were possibly 10 ships or so. So that's one thing you can tell. One little telling points to help you identify that. No magazine explosion, but that will go down with all of those hits there. Just take a tad longer there. And there we go. Absolute down. No worries at all. So, what we're going to do, we're going to carry on scouting is what we're going to do and wait for something a little bit bigger, I think, and see what we can do with our supplies here. We are thinking of going for Lie. It does have a level 2 airfield there. The problem is going to be Cape Gloucester and Cape Hoskins with their level 4 airfields. It's, yeah, definitely level 4 airfields on both there. It's possible we could try and take the Missouri to bombard one of these, but it's just such a really risky move there without the proper support of a escort carrier there. Could of course send in lightnings and such from surrounding bases and the Wasps Wildcats, but you never know if they're going to be needed for anything else, and really what would we gain from that at this stage of the game here? We could just go straight in and evade Lie under cover of night is the ideal solution there. So I think that's the plan at the moment. Like we said, we do have a fair few troops over here still. We can of course wait to get resupplied there. We do have some remaining troops on Buna. We don't need all of those defending there. So that would be absolutely fine. Yeah, so that's the plan at the moment. I shall see you in the future. There we go, guys. We thought do you remember at the start of the episode where I said we saw some submarines about? Well, this is just outside Port Moresby, and I'd seen a scout aircraft launch to scout out our cargo ships from that sort of area. So I thought, you know what, we'll give it a little gander, a little goosey gander with some lightning, see if we could just pick that up randomly on the tactical map. It wasn't sighted on strategic, and yet we've got very, very lucky indeed. We can absolutely see this. Once again, the problem is we're not particularly close to it. We're 9 kilometers away from it, so we're gonna have to go full speed with our lightnings over here. Just go straight at it. Can't think about any approaching angle at all. Just go straight for it as ever with some rockets there, and hopefully we'll get it. It's not quite looking at submersion just yet, but we are going to tell these lightnings to attack from here. Tell this group to go in as well. Yeah, once again, it's leaving it a little late to decide to submerge. Really going in our favour there. Very, very lucky and grateful for that. So now we're nearly just 2 kilometers away. Yep, sub 2 kilometers now. And it is just now thinking about submerging. Will that be enough time though is the question. Looks like it's not going to be enough time for it to get out of the way there. Yeah, one little direct hit there. That's not bad at all. Doesn't hit much on subs, as we have seen. And yes, one final direct hit there just as it submerged. You can see the saturation covering that critical to critical. Not bad at all there. And our final rockets coming in on the surface. Unfortunately can't penetrate the surface too well there, but absolutely don't expect that. It is sinking, so cannot complain there at all. That is our cargo ships that much safer. Unfortunately no command points from that, but we will take the safety of our submarines, of our cargo ships. Very, very nice indeed. Could do the same for these possible glens as well. We just need to try and track where they're coming from, pay a little more attention to what's going on there, I think. So we'll just carry on and try that, I think. And just a few seconds later, don't you think it's a little bit on the suspicious side that there are some fighters all the way out here in the north? I think something be lurking. I think there's something lurking out here. We may have to come back later for a report on that. But what we can do for now is try and take more float planes from Santa Cruz over here to just slowly but surely scout that out. So we're going to start from down here and just widely scout that out over here like that. Put that on a continuous patrol to help us out there, and we'll launch yet another Catalina out for that. And what we'll do is come out over here. We do of course have the Sunderlands out there. Hopefully they'll be able to pick something up out there. And what we can do is launch very quickly some Lightnings. How is their endurance with this? 670. Tell you what, we'll launch them. Launch them with rockets just so they have the endurance of scouts out there. This is just so we have some sort of faster scouting opportunity and with some endurance as well to try and get something out there that can do some sort of damage to whatever's out here. Not necessary to sink anything large. Maybe we can hit an AA ship like a destroyer perhaps with the rockets. We'll see what's out there. Could just be a Kamikaze Maru once again, but that's 2 groups and Kamikaze Maru only has a few roofs on it. I'm expecting there's a possible fleet carrier out here, so we'll get back to that in a minute. We'll have a look. Aha! There we go. We have spotted some sort of carrier so far out in the Pacific Ocean here. Let's have a look at that. That's come out. That's come out earlier than expected. Oh, that's a glorious sight. Look what we've got, guys. They're treating us yet again to a very special ship here. Very, very special ship indeed. So we also have a foot attacker, excellent stuff, and we have a Myoko, brilliant. We do have, actually it is a Kamikaze Maru, very interesting indeed. That's interesting. I don't know which one to hit here. Gotta imagine this is the Kamikaze Maru, the number 1. Absolutely going to strike that. We're going to turn off fire at will just in case there are any roofs about. Do not want to get hindered by them. We're going to come from their rear. Absolutely come from their rear. And we're going to hit them from the back. And try and do that hard and fast, as every good man should. Let's go straight in then, full speed. Fairly low altitude, rocketing altitude there. So quite a threatening task force for one very particular reason, looking at you, Mr. Yamato. But hopefully we hit the right ship here. Shouldn't take too much to down this. If our Lightning survive, we can certainly strafe it if the rockets don't do the job. Let's go in from this angle, just go straight for it. Might want to speed up, guys, really, but don't want to pressure you too much. Yamato's going to have a monstrous amount of AA on it, so we do want to move away from that as quickly as possible. It's his turning as well, so it's going to be more interesting, yet getting away from its broadside there. Already losing a lightning on approach there. It's going to be tough. Already losing another lightning as well, and those rockets don't look great. So they could have been worse, could have been worse. Let's form up once again, increase altitude, and just going to have to fly through that, I think, because we will have the broadside of the Yamato to go through if we start turning, unfortunately. These lightnings should do a bit better since the air is only starting to open up on them. Having said that, I've just lost another lightning there. Not liking that at all. That's the first squad completely down, actually. Horrible, horrible stuff. And another lightning. That is a lot of AA. Only moderate damage as well on this. We're just going to have to pull out and try and preserve our lightnings. Look at that. Yeah, there we go. That is horrible. Horrible, horrible stuff. But a long time coming, I think. We've had so many lightning strikes where our lightnings just got away with it. Somewhat fortunate that this is quite far away. We are moving the New Mexico since it's the closest battleship available, and we're of course moving the Shangri-La as well, and we do have some sort of roofs about as well, but we're going to leave that. Certainly can't come in to strafe this once again. It is only moderate and moderate. We'll see if that develops a tad, but I highly doubt it. It is looking like they're probably getting on top of that already, so I think just to retreat there. That's nasty. That's really, really nasty. So we're going to mark that. That was just about here, wasn't it? Pete, there we go. Let's see. 1.2 thousand kilometers. Got a fair few hours left of airtime. For 1,000 pounders to 2,000. Yeah, that's just not going to be enough, is it? 12,500s. So I'm expecting they're going to get a tag closer. What we're going to use is 4 1,000 pound AP bombs. Actually, we could get... No, that's far less endurance. That's just not going to make it. Let's go 4 1,000 pound AP bombs for the B-17s there. They do have the advantage of flying at night for a bit, if that's possible. Or if it comes to it, rather. We'll see. That's right on the edge of our range there with them. We will have to, of course, keep up the scouting there. That's going to be tough. I do think we're going to lose sight of that. Our Mariner over here can try and keep sights for a bit. Let's go over here. Circle over that. Our Catalina has quite a bit of endurance, actually. So let's bring that round. Try and circle round that and keep some sight on there. Let's carry on. Okay, guys, I really can't believe that. Even with the 3 planes scouting over where the Yamato was sighted, we still haven't found any sign of that. Closest thing we can see is just a couple of destroyers going up and down here, leaving us alone, really. Rather unfortunate indeed. I mean, look at how much scouting we have. Do you have a small gap, perhaps, in this area? Our Sunderlands over here do scout us out when they reach the north over here. We are, of course, focusing our scouting in this area, of course. But it's just nothing. Really nothing. That is such a massive shame. Really, really sad about that. I bet it pops up right on top of one of our bases or something when we least expect it. So we're going to jump forwards once again when we do spot something important. Well, luckily that wasn't too long a wait, actually. Look at what we've just spotted coming towards New Georgia. Exactly what do we have? We have a lot of supplies over here is what we have. We also have a Mogami, which is brilliant indeed. What we're going to do then is this is going to be our surface engagement. We have brought in some lightnings anyway to scout it out and possibly hit something. What we're going to hit is a destroyer, I think, to reduce any torpedo threat for the coming surface battle. So it does look like it is just destroyer escorts in the form of kamikazes mostly. Do you have a Momi over here, or walkie-talkie? But yeah, there's a Minakaze here and another Minakaze here. We're going to go for them. It's probably a bit easier to come around to this kamikaze with where we are at the moment. Unfortunately, because we are carrying bombs, we're going to have to go from a side-on approach with our lightnings here. Full speed, come down, over here, and we can set up a surface engagement here. That would be absolutely brilliant. You know what's close? Our Iowa is fairly close, and of course that is a fairly fast task force for a battleship group actually. So that's what we're going to try and do, as we have previously said. Just trying to make sure we're on a decent broadside to this kamikaze here. I do wonder where they're sending these supplies. Does look like they're going for New Georgia itself so far, but they might try and bypass it and go for Guadalcanal. You never know. You never know. Let's break and attack here. Should be okay for that. Might be going a little too far, so our bombs might travel a little too far and overshoot. Not too sure. No, dropping fairly well. We did get a magazine explosion, so that is absolutely going down there. Brilliant stuff. We can just get out then. Once again, straight line ahead. Go out. I'm not going to bother strafing anything else. We will lose lightnings, and to be honest, it would be alright to take on a few destroyers, won't we? Come on. Wanted to be a somewhat sizable surface engagement to treat ourselves, don't we? It's been a long time coming. Long time coming. I absolutely promise I will not hit this again with any aircraft. We will just scout it, keep some solid sight, and we will come in with Iowa. So that's going to be the plan for now. Let's get going. Well, today's the day, guys. There you go. Lucky day is Sunday, apparently. We've come into contact with that Mogami escort group, and what a group it is. This is possibly going for Guadalcanal, and you know what? Got another little surprise as well. We have sighted another cargo task force going straight towards Guadalcanal as well, just north of these islands, coming from the straits from the Shortland Islands, which is where I originally thought they were going, but they've carried on towards Guadalcanal. Not the most sizable there, well, same size, but once again, destroyer escorts, and the heaviest ship there is a Kumanagara, so nothing to worry about too much. We can hit that perhaps with Iowa, depending on how we come out of this. We can just go in with their aircraft once again there. So let's focus on the now. We have brought in some Havocs with rockets. That's just to help us out, so we don't have to focus on the destroyers too much. We're going to go for, I think, perhaps a Minakaze with those. Going to focus all of our Havocs onto that. So let's keep them about over here, and they can help us scout as well once they've done that. So let's go straight on over there to start with. Reduce that altitude once again, and that would be brilliant. They do have a scout of their own over there. That's not a problem. We've also got a Kingfisher out. Let's bring that on over to help us there. And we can start identifying things. Really get into this. Let's identify this. We have begun just to try and get a range on that. We're 24.7 kilometers away from them. So it's going to be a very long range engagement here. Let's go to identify that then. This is... couldn't tell off the top of my head, a Momi or walkie-talkie once again. But we're just going to identify that. We're not going to fire at that with our Missouri here. Let's just see. There's not a lot of choice really, is there, over here? Let's say Momi for now. We'll take the Missouri off of that though. We certainly want to focus Mogami with the Missouri over here. We're going to fight AP. Going to go for a narrow spot on that first. We're going to hold off though for our guns to actually get on that. We're just going to spot with our secondaries to begin with. Let's absolutely identify that as such though, as a Mogami. Excellent stuff. And we're just going to go around. We do have an Agonal over here. We'll just take the time to identify this very quickly, like so, and identify whatever ships we can. We have a Nippon Maru over here. Let's just go to all, make this easier, and go right to the bottom. Nippon Maru over here. A hospital ship over here. There we go. And we have a second one here. Kamaga Maru here. And that's it for the moment. That's all we can see. So get the Missouri once again targeting Mogami properly. Hold fire on that. Fletcher and such can focus the Molmy for the moment, but it is out of range, unfortunately. Let's just make sure we hold fire there. Like so. It should be out of range. Let's double check our own range there. Yeah, 15.9 kilometers. That's absolutely fine. Let's go for Pensacola, which can also help against the Mogami, of course. That can hold off for the moment once again. We'll try and get secondaries out, but I think that might be out of range of our secondaries there. Having said that, yeah, 12.9 kilometers, not a problem. We'll just get some range on there to begin with. And we'll also we'll get the Portland on that as well, actually. Would just be a good idea. Let's hold off on that and once again get our secondaries ready. Brooklyn then can have a look at firing on the Molmy as well. Get some HE spotting over there. We are going to start firing on that to begin with. Jenkins can have a look at the Nippon Maru once we get over there. Atlanta then can have a look at Molmy as well. Should be in range there. Let's have a look. Not quite, because these are only destroyer caliber guns. So let's just double check the Brooklyns then. Yeah, not quite, but it will be soon. So let's carry on like that. No need to give targets to everything, since like I said, we're not quite in range with everything. But we'll wait for the solution to go up on the Mogami first, and then we'll get some shots out. Do like to conserve our ammo a tad with our battleships. And that would be very, very nice indeed. Wait for that to get to around about 50 or as high as we can without firing. And that will do, I think. Let's go for AP narrow spot. We are getting to 60 actually. We might not even need to spot with that. Let's, it is going up all the way to 70 actually. Wait for that to fire out a little more. Let's hold on that. Make sure we are ranging that, getting our guns moving. And look at that, we haven't even fired at it yet. That's the power of surface radar on a clear day. 99% solution. There you go. There you go. And the same again over here. Let's get our Pensacola then to fire out 99 solution already. Is that not just amazing? Is that not just amazing? They are turning. So probably not going to hit on the first salvo, but I mean, when do you ever? That's an interesting decision they're making though. Don't know if they're trying to turn into us or not there really. Mogami should be the leading ship. Very, very strange indeed. It's going to take some time for our shells to travel over there though. And this is going to be a fairly long video now. There we go, those should be the Iowa shots coming in there. Whoa, very, very tasty indeed. But now that we've spotted everything else, we can start identifying it. So let's just take the Radford to begin with and identify Midakaze over here. Where are we? Midakaze, there we go. And we can identify this one as well as Midakaze. Brilliant stuff. And that is everything, I believe. Brilliant. Yeah, no such hits just yet, but that's okay. It is quite a long travel time for our shells, and they are manoeuvring, so it is to be expected. Absolutely to be expected. We are still maintaining the very high solution there, so really can't complain at all. We're just going to move towards them. We absolutely haven't actually given a direct move command yet. Have we just taken a hit? Look at that. It's the audacity to hit the Iowa like that. So can you imagine if that started a fire? Let's go this way. Actually, is that a good idea? It does look like the supply ships are retreating. That's absolutely fine. I would do the same. We were going to try and hit a Midakaze, weren't we? Let's target this rear one. Could go for some strafing runs on the cargo ships with the Havocs if we fancied it. Once they get out of small arms range, that would be brilliant. Can't see any signs of hitting the Mogami just yet. Take a little report just in case. Minor damage, might have got a glancing hit like where we've taken on the Iowa. No worries there. Yeah, that's looking very, very nice. Okay. How's the... oh, we're taking flooding already. What the hell? That's an interesting choice. Let's get some damage control over there. We are still maintaining quite the decent solution there, which is very, very nice indeed. Don't want to have to get smoke up already. That'd be rather nasty. Just not quite getting the hits in though, which is unfortunate. Would have liked to come in a tag closer. About 15 kilometers would be ideal, I think, for us. We'd really be pummeling that. I think we got a glancing hit there on the rear. Let's bring in the Havocs a tag closer then, shall we? Let's go for that Minakaze. We are at full speed with those. Come on, guys, you can get the hits. You can get the hits. Oh, very, very close there. Very, very close indeed. We are getting closer. There's a small hit. That's probably from a cruiser. We'll be plunging fire at this range as well, so that'd be very, very nice indeed. Now we're looking. We're on top of the flooding there with the Missouri. And we're getting better. Once again, no major damage, just that flooding at the moment, and it is we are being focused. Missouri is being focused. That's fine. Going to reduce our altitude here. Reduce this a tad here as well, I think. And we do have some sort of fires on the Mogami. Oh, I bloody missed that, didn't I? Miss all the action. I bet we missed that. All of the action in this surface engagement. Let's go straight over there. We did just glance a hit over here. Oh. Oh. You can see our Havocs coming in over there. Yeah, very, very nice hits on that Minakaze by the looks of it. Let's form them up like so. We can take them round, help them scout out, increase our altitude. Yeah, come round like this. Just stay out of flat range and such. Not the biggest hits by the looks of it, but we're starting to see some closer shots coming in on the Mogami over here. What's our solutions looking like? Yeah, they're getting reduced, but that's okay. It's because of the smoke covering them now. Another flood on the bow there. Rather unfortunate there. Rather unfortunate indeed. It's quite the big ship, but a little unfortunate to be taking any hits there. They are sending out some smoke screens as well now. Just want a big old hit, really. Just want a big old hit. Okay, so a little updates for you. We have got a magazine explosion on the Momi over here, which is excellent stuff. That'll be out of action. So we have redirected our light cruiser fire to this Minakaze over here. We are going to tell our Havocs actually to try and strafe this cargo ship over here, the Kamagawa Maru. Let's tell them to go in like that. They're in a decent position here. It looks like we're taking some fire on one of our Fletchers, I believe it was. Can't see it now, but I think from a guess, these secondary shells from the Mogami are firing at our destroyers, which is a little bit rude of them. We'll say that, but not to worry. It looks like we're getting on top of that, and we're doing even more and more damage to the Mogami as time passes. Of course, what we're going to do here is pass through and actually try and hit this Nippon Maru. Actually. Let's reduce our speed a tad. Probably could have gone a little slower on that Kamagawa, but might as well just keep going through here and hit that. Might even try hitting a destroyer if we can. How's the Mogami looking? That's the Momi. I'm reading things wrong. See, the Mogami's actually really pushing in. Looks like it's dead in the water, actually, pretty much. Let's take a speed reading. 9 knots. We're 15 kilometers away. Tell you what, we're actually going to tell our ships to move in so we can chase those cargo ships and such a little better. Weirdly, this Nippon mode is actually coming in. Going to start focusing the Agano once the Mogami is certainly offline. Let's take a little report on that. Critical to critical. Moderate on our cruisers here. That is that's damage we've already taken. I was just stuck for words there. So that's absolutely fine. We are still taking a few hits to the Missouri, but nothing to worry about too much. General integrity of these components is fairly high. Apart from this one, which is 61, but it will raise once our damage control teams are on top of that. I'm taking some minor flooding, 17 seconds to get on top of that. Which ship was it which was taking fire? It was the Jenkins over here. You can see it is actually on fire currently, but we're just about to get on top of that. Excellent stuff. And then once again, damage that we can absolutely get on top of there. So what we're going to do with the Mogami is try and actually get out a manual shot onto that with our Missouri over here. And actually, having said that, we're going to change the targets of our heavy cruisers over to the Agano over here, just because we can now. I don't think it's going to take very long for that Mogami to go down now. So let's do that. Where is Pepsi Cola over here? Thank you. Let's go attack Agano. That could well down a couple of our Havocs there actually, because it does look like it's focusing that with its main guns, which is rather unfortunate. So let's have a look at that. Should be okay. We can see the Momi absolutely going down there. We haven't got a confirmation on it sinking just yet, but with the magazine explosion, that's only a matter of time, and it will have put its guns offline. Was actually hoping for a magazine destination on that Nippon Maru actually. We got enough shots on target there. Let's change our altitude and get out there. Which way do we want to? Well, let's go towards the destroyers over here and come back out there. How are we looking on that Nippon Maru actually? That should be fairly heavy. Yeah, heavy to minor. Okay, interesting stuff there. Wonder if that would develop at all with that only being minor flooding there. There we go. We have lost the Havoc, but not to worry there. Once again, 99% solution onto the Mogami, but let's see. It is now 0 speed, so if we get this out, we're going to go for its front, aim just behind it to adjust for any straddling shots. Hold fire once again in case it does start moving, but it does look like that's going to go down. Are the guns still firing is a question. Kamigawa Maru suffers magazine explosion. Excellent stuff. It doesn't look like the guns are firing actually, so that has definitely suffered the critical damage that it was talking about. And there we go, the Kamigawa is sinking. Excellent stuff. Well, let's try and take away the UI. The rear guns are firing then, and that will likely be the shots in from the Missouri there. We'll wait a little longer, but there we go. You can see it's going down. That was absolutely enough. Don't even need to read the message there. So we're going to help out our heavy cruisers by getting the Missouri onto Agano now, which is excellent stuff. Let's hold fire very quickly on that, get some ranging shots with our secondaries there. And that's very, very nice kill there. Very, very nice sinkage. Going to, oh dear, oh dearie, dearie, dear, oh dearie, dear. That is rather interesting decision there. We only told our ships to move, turn around a bit, but we're going to get a collision here. What we're going to do is try and control that a tad. Pause there. That's going to be rather nasty. Yeah, that's on the magazine as well. If that goes down, that's not going to be fun at all. Definitely need to reverse there. Where was the auto evade there? When you need it. Hey, it happens. You know, we've seen it happen to the AI enough times. It's only about time it's happened to us, isn't it? And that's absolutely down to our control there. So let's make sure it doesn't happen again. So we're just going to actually stop with the Pensacola here, and we can get that back into position once the Fletcher over here has moved around. Rather unfortunate there. We'll see how much we get on top of that. I'm sure we'll be fine. It's not permanently damaged just yet, and we do have quite a high solution onto the Agano, so we're just going to fire out on there. How's that actually looking? Have we scored any hits just yet? Not quite, so that's absolutely fine. Still rather interested in the fact that the Nippon Maru over here does want to come in for a fight. It is taking some fires there, so that has developed rather nicely. Having said that, then we're going to make sure that the hospital ships don't escape. Don't you dare take that out of context. Enemy number 1 has left. Interesting. That's probably the Mogami. That's interesting. It's told us that. Not to worry. Let's go down, target that. Okay, so are we looking better now? What's the Fletcher actually up to? It just says information. Kamigawa Yamato suffers magazine explosion. Excellent stuff. Whenever I hear that that explosion, get flashbacks to our Congo taking a magazine explosion in the previous series there. Let's go to Tengo again. Form up. Excellent. And that should realign our Portland and everything there. That'd be brilliant stuff. So, can we do anything with our destroyers here? They are in range now, and they are firing out to Minakazi over here. Let's take the Radford, absolutely firing out there. Benham doesn't actually have a target because he did ask it to help out with the Mogami there. So what we're going to do is actually go for the number 9 Minakazi because we have nothing firing out on there just yet. So having said that, we're going to take away the Radford's target and go for the Minakazi here actually. That might help a little bit better. We do already have a massive solution on that, which is brilliant stuff. Yeah, that's brilliant. That is that one. Excellent. Jenkins, how are you looking? You're going for number 9. You've got a decent solution on that. I don't think we'll need to lay any smoke there. That's absolutely fine. We are going to take a few hits though, so we could possibly still lose a destroyer here. It really does come down to what we do with this Agano over here, which is also laying smoke. We do see some hits coming off onto this particular Minakazi as well, which is excellent. Those weren't gunshots or muzzle flashes from itself. Do of course have our light cruisers focusing this one as well, so that'd be a lot of fire coming in there. And now with everything else focusing the Agano, I don't think that's going to last much longer there. It really does just depend on how our solution's looking, which is still high despite having the smoke cover over it. And that's the same over here as well with Pepsi Cola and Portland, which is excellent stuff. Really, really good news for us there. Not seeing anything just there, but we are almost in position to attack the hospital ships here. So before we forget about that, let's reduce our speed and attack there. And we can just fire and forget with those orders there. Oh, very, very close to those straddling shots as well. Look at the damage on the ships over here though, that is excellent stuff. And it appears the Agano has decided to focus its main guns on the Havocs there, so we're actually having a greater influence on this battle than we could have thought, so that is excellent news for us. And now it's coming back over to deal with our ships. But some momentary targets change there will go a long way to help our destroyers, I think. Okay, so the Agano is very clearly in very critical damage there at 0 speed. We've got at least one of the guns over here definitely offline. We have sunk the Minakazi over here as well. The problem here is that the Momi that's taken the magazine explosion is refusing to go down. So we're actually going to take our heavy cruisers over here to deal with that with some HE. Let's take the Pensacola as well. Where are we? There we go. So just make sure that goes on the Momi over here. Incidentally, actually, the Brooklyn has completely run out of HE shells on the front guns there. So it is having to fire some AP at the Minakazi over here, which is unfortunate. But it will certainly do the job. With that being said, we're once again going to hold fire with our Missouri. That was very well timed actually, it was about to fire out. And we're going to get another manual shot onto the Agano here to try and finish that off. We're going to go for the midships there, just to aim a little bit behind it once again to account for any straddling shots. That will probably go down actually, they've just seen those hits coming in. They're probably secondary hits, so probably won't do loads and loads. Probably want to actually go for the front of the ship here really, so we'll hold off again. See where those come in though. It is taking a battering as our shells come in there. Look at that. Yeah, love to see it. And those you see just straddled it with our Missouri there, but not a problem. We can go for the bow once again, like that. We'll aim a little closer this time. Excellent stuff. Really, really good there. Oh, look at that. Just think about the destroyers over here. Shouldn't be a problem over there. We are going to strafe the second hospital ship. We've already given orders out for the Havocs over there. How's that looking actually? We've probably just done that. They're flying over it now. And there's the Missouri shots, but the Agano is sinking. Excellent stuff. And the... which one was that? The Momi is finally sinking as well. Excellent stuff. Seems a bit of a waste. That's quite likely going to go down, isn't it? Yeah, that will absolutely go down. We can see that. So let's just focus in Missouri as well onto the Minakaze over here. Get some lovely, massive caliber HE shells onto that, as well as its secondaries. And we'll help out with our heavy cruisers here as well. No need to really focus the hospital ships. We have done a little bit of damage. We can see this one listing a bit actually, and quite large fires coming out over here from our strafing runs. We can go around again because the hospital ships, of course, have made the mistake of not mounting any much needed AA guns. When was the last time we went to a hospital that didn't have AA guns on it? I mean, just tell me that. I bet it's never. You know, they always come with AA guns. But yeah, that's one sinking there. Excellent stuff. We might as well just tell someone to come in and attack there. No need to think about that one too much. So once this Minakaze goes down, we'll probably think about leaving this battle and leaving the episode there. Been very, very nice indeed. Finally had a surface engagement. Finally some delicious fucking surface engagement, you know. Oh dear. This is going to take some time though. It is moving away, and it's quite a small, small little boat there. We do have a lot of shells coming in. A lot of shells coming in. What is the distance that's actually? The closest ship is 16 kilometers away. Got some decent solutions on it though, and there's a big old hit. Very, very nice hit indeed. Oh, you love to see it. You love to see it. And while it does, of course, come with a full 9-ship formation here, the Americans, of course, just do have that great volume of firepower on all of their ships. Their light cruisers really helping out here, especially the Atlanta. Just so many guns mounted on one ship. You don't quite get that with the Japanese, which is rather unfortunate. But they do have other tricks up their sleeves. The Americans can certainly go in for the closer range engagements there because of their radar and such. So that hospital ship's going down, and we'll wait for this Minakaze to go down, and that'll be a full wipe. This will certainly get scuttled, but I think we're going to just bring the Havocs once again to help out with that. We could actually get them to help out with the Minakaze actually. Might be a little better. Let's tell them to form up. What they can do is go for the Minakaze over here, and then they can go in for the Nippon Maru. Let's tell them to target Minakaze, like so. It is taking a few more hits though. How are our ships looking? Missouri should be getting on top of stuff now. It doesn't have any large caliber guns going for that. And it was it Radford that was getting hit earlier? We can see, that's fine. Jenkins is fine. All good. Nothing to worry about there. We will, of course, have to resupply afterwards, so that's not a problem. I think a trip back to Port Moresby for that is in order. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Well worth the wait, I'd say. Well worth the wait. Something satisfying about a total wipe on a surface engagement. Losing a Havoc, not a bother. Absolutely not a bother. And we'll tell them to go in and try and hit that Nippon Maru, I think. Or are we just there? Well, they don't actually have any ammo left, so that's not going to happen. That's okay. We'll just come through here and destroy this. Well, there we go then. There we go. A full wipe on that surface group there. Absolutely brilliant stuff. 7 total command points as well. 73,000 tons of shipping sunk as well, and an invasion stopped in its tracks completely there. Unfortunately, we can't go for that northern group just yet. Unfortunately, I do want to resupply our ships here, get our HE shells and that back up. So we'll be focusing that once again, unfortunately, I think with some air groups. It is this group over here. Unless we bring in this particular group, it's not the most threatening task force here. Maybe it is rather fast, being a light cruiser and such over here. Maybe we can bring in the New Mexico for that. That is just a thought there. But before we forget about it, we are unfortunately have to go back to Milne Bay here and resupply. But that is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. I certainly have. I think it makes up for yesterday's sort of lackluster episode, I'd say. Sub 20 minutes is just unfortunate there. But thank you very much for watching. I've been the Edified Gamer, and I hope your nights and days are auspicious. Goodbye.